Hello everyone and welcome back to my The General Hospital 24 YouTube channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Before we start, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Valentin Cassadine nearly poisoning Carly Spencer will push Brennan too far and leave him ready to strike back in a big way. Of course, GH suckers know Brennan formally called for a kill order after Valentin targeted him in Germany. Valentin would have excluded Brennan if Carly hadn't come to his deliverance. But now it's Brennan's turn to save Carly. Carly happily seized the champagne bottle out of the hallway in the March 14th occasion and easily doesn't suspect a thing. Still, Valentin popped up moments laterally, so it's easy to see that trouble's brewing then. Since Valentin's strangling attempt didn't wipe Brennan off the chart, it looks like he's resorted to a sneakier approach. That bottle of bubbly is presumably poisoned, and formerly Brennan figures out that news. He'll poke Carly's glass out of her hand to stop her from drinking it. You can go. Brennan will cloud once he realizes the bottle's alloyed. Brennan may snappily come convinced that this is Valentin's doing and double down on his sweats to end his adversary permanently. It's one thing to go after Brennan, but he may draw the line at Carly Wharf in jeopardy. The study of Carly nearly dying because of Valentin's sneaky plan will surely push Brennan over the edge. Although Brennan frequently shows off his softer side with Carly, he's got a dangerous side, too. That dangerous side should be on full display as a revengeful Brennan takes action. During the week of March 17, 21, GH spoilers say Brennan will indeed want vengeance, so how far will he go to get it? Anyhow, Brennan will want to avenge and will make some minatory prognostications about the outgrowth that's brewing for Valentin. It's clear that Brennan will be done putting up with Valentin and the trouble he poses. Valentin and Brennan's feud is about to go off the rails, so stay tuned for updates on whether Valentin will survive. Drew Kane Quartermain used to be an idol and someone with moral norms. These days, it's like the Solon is a completely different person. Considering this is Port Charles, could that mean Drew is acting like a different person because he is? Is it possible that Drew has been replaced with a pretender? Keep reading and let's talk about the possibilities. Suckers might recall that when Willow Tate Corinthos had cancer, she was on her deathbed. Loved bones. We're all saying goodbye, also Drew came to save her life just in time. That's the Drew that GH suckers flash back. The bone. That fought like hell and risked everything to save an innocent woman's life. Still, that Drew seems to be long gone. While characters go through metamorphoses and changes all the time, Commodity is veritably out about this bone. Especially ago there seems to be no real explanation. Suckers allowed. It was gross when Drew started sleeping with Nina Reeves. Also, Drew ended up tripping after Nina's son. When Nina learned of this, she decided to try to betray Drew down from Willow. That didn't exactly work and it's a secret that will come out ultimately. Drew soon ended up entangled in passion with Willow. That situation has really blown up. Drew's pride is out of control and he's just getting worse. Despite everything he has done, Willow seems dazed by his charm. Drew is abusing his power as a politician and played dirty with Tracy Quartermain. Drew also prevaricated by telling the police that he was with Jason Morgan the night Cyrus Renault was boggled. Suckers know that they were indeed together. In addition to all of that, the Solon is blackmailing Portia Robinson. He also had a lot of conflict with Sam McCall about Scout Quartermain. People in Port Charles were starting to wonder about his wild mood swings and hardened stations. It seems Drew has not been himself since his release from Pentonville. Drew was beaten really poorly and nearly lost his life during that captivity judgment, which he served for Carly Spencer after Nina's SEC tip-off. It's always possible that Drew's metamorphosis could be from brain damage from that captivity attack. Still, it's much more like GH to have a wild plot similar as in Pretender or Mind Mapping Gone Wild. Unfortunately, rumors have been swirling ever since that Stewart may soon be leaving again. This makes suckers worry that Valentin is about to exit the cleaner formerly again since he's presently on the run again. James was in Galactica 1980, as Drive Z, which was the launch of his acting career. Stewart moved to Detergents in 1989, where he played Will Cortland until 1992. Stewart also joined General Hospital in 2016 as Valentin. Of course, Valentin prevaricated about his identity and called himself Theo at the time. Valentin was just another Cassadine who wanted to inflict annihilation on Port Charles. Valentin's lineage has changed many times since his appearance in Port Charles. He was firstly allowed to be the son of Victor Cassadine. Valentin is also the father of Charlotte Cassadine, whose lineage was just as squirrely as Valentin's. Charlotte had further fathers when she first came to city than teeth it seems. Valentin returned compactly in December. Update Anna on some legal issues he was hysterical of having. Valentin also packed up and left Port Charles again. Valentin had apparently gone back to the WSB. Still, now that Valentin is being chased and he decided to shoot Charlotte home, suckers are wondering if he'll live to get down from his hunters. Valentin still has some story to be told and suckers would love for him to return on a further endless basis. Valentin has always gotten out of all of his legal troubles before and suckers would love to see that again. Valentin seems like he's partial as tricky as he used to be. In the old days Valentin would have turned this around by now. Stewart has constantly said he wanted to continue in the part despite scheduling conflicts. Stewart frequently work on other systems that come available. Stewart points out that, I took Frank out to regale and I told him, I hope you realize that my heart is then. I love the work we do together, I love this family. And, he said, well, we'll make it work. Stewart is well from the way he talks about this idea. Still, effects are sort of in the hands of the pens who could have Valentin wiped off the face of the earth any day. Will Valentin be back to reunite with his son and maybe Anna as well? Will Anna be with someone differently by the time Valentin manages to clear himself and get back home? Charlotte Cassadine could show off her minatory side again now that she's been separated from Valentin Cassadine. This could put Charlotte on a terrible path, so let's talk about where her plot might be headed. Jen Sidwell seems interested in all effects Cassadine, and that may include Charlotte once she settles back in Port Charles. It's easy to imagine Sidwell extending an assignation so that Charlotte can visit her old home and check out the forces at Windmere again. Sidwell might have some docket in mind involving Charlotte, but another plot of his could go off the rails because of her. What if Charlotte snoops and gets her hands on the dagger Helena Cassadine used to kill Alexis Davis's mama? Still, it may incontinently come interesting to her, if Charlotte finds out that dagger is connected to Helena. We can't forget that Victor Cassadine left Helena's choker to Charlotte in his will, so she wore it for a while and sounded to respect her crooked grandmother. Charlotte might readdress that Helena admiration and could potentially come fixated on targeting Anna Devane again. Losing Valentin could stir up some revengeful passions for Charlotte and make her determined to make Anna pay. On the other hand, Charlotte might find some other use for that dagger if she eventually swipes it. Anything's possible if Charlotte becomes Helena's mini-me and lets her mind Gamara to some disturbing places. Whatever the case, it'd be intriguing if Charlotte decided to steal that dagger at some point. It could throw off Sidwell's plans to set up Alexis and make a mess of effects, but it'd also add some excitement to the story. Will Sidwell lose control of his frame-up plot? Could Charlotte steal that dagger and use it on someone Sidwell didn't anticipate? Grounded on our GH prognostications, Charlotte's return to Port Charles will bring some curveballs, so don't miss all the stunning news ahead. Suggest Sidwell may have to make some strategy updates along the way.